Now many students, after getting their MBBS degree and becoming the doctor, there are a few students who do not want to go ahead with post graduation or super specialization, and they would like to stop at MBBS. It is a very nice option, let me tell you. By practicing only as MBBS, you become what we call as the family doctor or the family physician for the particular family, or what we call as general practice. Now this particular degree is to take care of both medical and surgical patients, because it is Bachelor of Medicine and Bachelor of Surgery. So you can give basic care for both medicine as well as surgical branches, and that is the need of the hour, especially in rural part of our country where there are no good doctors available, let me tell you. So being MBBS, staying MBBS and practicing in these challenging areas is also a very good kind of an opportunity. Here the basic thing is to reach to as many patients as possible in a given day. So a general practitioner would generally see almost 80 to 100 patients in a day, so that his expertise is offered to that large a population. And so one can stop at MBBS and do a general practice. Along with that, there are few who can go for research kind of a branch. There are many doctors, you know, who have also shifted their field into getting into the government system, giving even the UPSC or MPSC exams and getting into the what we call as bureaucratic system, or becoming IAS or even IFS officers. Are very few of our friends have even done that. So that is also one option after doing MBBS. So it is not mandatory that you go for MDMS, you can have these options also available. Now if someone decides to go for MDMS, or may it be practice as a family doctor, or be into research, or go into IS, IFS, whatever. So each and every decision has to be yours. You have to decide what you would like to do, and then you will get lot of what you call as satisfaction, work satisfaction and happiness. So what is your passion is what matters most. So if anybody wants to go for medicine, you have to be passionate about treating your patients wholeheartedly. So if somebody wants to become surgeon, may it be then specializing into either a cancer surgeon or a plastic surgeon, you have to just love the work what you are doing. Only then you will be able to give best possible care. And every doctor who works with full commitment, full academically excellent doctor with full commitment and gaining happiness out of it is going to be successful no matter what. Success is measured by either the amount of money what you get, or the amount of additional fellowships that you get, or what kind of research you are doing, the number of publications you have, or how many patients you reach. So success is a relative term. Ultimately, what kind of quality you are going to give to the patient matters most. Whatever you do, whichever branch you select, you are going to earn handsome returns out of it, monetary returns out of it. Whoever becomes a doctor will have a very nice house, will have at least a car, they will be able to enjoy their life as well, but not in their early phase, let me be clear. Not when you are at the age of 20 or 25, or not even maybe in your early 30s. You will get to enjoy your life after you are 35. Then you will have all that you deserve available with you, and you will be able to find time for your leisure as well. It's a tough task, but you will earn a handsome amount of money, definitely. After getting your whatever degree, may it be MBBS, MD, whichever, so we are supposed to do what we call as practice of medicine, where we serve the patients. Apart from that, what else can be done? So practice of medicine means you have patients coming into your clinics, you treat them, and they are admitted in the hospitals, you treat them, discharge them. Apart from that, there is something called as paramedical, or what we call as paraclinical opportunities. They may be there in the field of research, they may be there in the field of pharmacology or developing medicines. So it's a big channel where there is a lot of scope, especially that scope is open even after MBBS, one can think of that. Then there is also scope for getting into what we call as hospital administration. But let me tell you, if you really want to do hospital administration, then why to go for post graduation? You can do it even after doing MBBS. So you need not waste your 3 years doing MDMS degrees and then learning about getting a qualification for hospital administration. So there is something called as, then there are few opportunities where there is a legacy of having hospitals. So there are pre-owned hospitals, and then you are going to practice in that. One has to understand the financial aspect of medicine, what we call as business of medicine. You have to understand the practice of medicine is different and business of medicine is different. These two are different things, and one has to decide what you are good at. So the whole world saw a huge pandemic of COVID in the year December 19 onwards till this May 23. So two and a half years went into that COVID. It changed the overall perspective towards looking at medicine. It opened the channel of lot of digitalization in the field of medicine. So it brought the whole world very much connected also through internet. How does it impact our learning and our practice? When it comes to learning, we have got a huge scope of getting into online courses locally or nationally or even internationally. So universities like maybe Stanford's University or Harvard University, they have online education programs. So these programs opened up the channels for better learning. So that is something which we all have got the benefit of. Then when it comes to practice of medicine, there is lot of telemedicine which has come in, so we are able to connect with distant patients. So I am able to treat patients who are not only in Pune but also who are sitting abroad, maybe in Europe or Singapore or even in rural India. Why go that far away? Even in rural India, those patients are now able to connect with us through the portal of telemedicine. So that's a big dimension which we have got during this whole pandemic, and the importance of keeping good data through electronic records has also got a big priority during this COVID pandemic. So whenever we become doctors, we are well equipped with the best kind of knowledge. So having academic excellence in whatever field you are is the basic step. So you have to be excellent in your studies and you should pass out with flying colors. It is important. Why? Because based on that knowledge, you are going to apply it on your patients and you are going to treat not the disease only, but the patient, and it is so very important. Apart from this academic knowledge, you should understand something called as doctor-patient relationship or doctor-patient communication, and this communication skill, some doctors are born with that skill of communicating in a very gentle and good way and understanding the history well. So you have to be a very keen listener as to what the patient is trying to tell you, and then you have to understand what they are telling you and then convey that to the patient in a very nice soft kind of a language, and this doctor patient relationship, as I say, relationship is not just one encounter, it is a long lasting association between the doctor and patient, and that helps in building the trust. This skill has to be acquired for those who don't have it, because this helps you a long way. If you treat a patient in a very nice, ethical way, rational way, the whole family is connected with you and they will trust you, and then the entire family, their generations, they become your patients. And this building up that trust is so very important, and this will happen only through your confident interaction with the family. I don't say that you have to say yes to each and everything what they want you to do, but it is what is correct for them, you have to convey to them in a very clear and soft communication, and this goes a long way, let me tell you. During your practice, still in spite of being that kind of a empathizing doctor, still you may get to experience certain unpleasant experiences with the patients or their relatives, but that is a part of practice, you know. You eventually learn how to handle even these unpleasant conversations. So after listening to all this, you would be feeling, oh, what a challenging field we are in. Indeed, it is a challenging field. Yes, the most intelligent ones want to become doctors, wish to become doctors, and there are challenges. You face challenges till your 12th standard, studying hard, clearing your NEET exam, and then when you are setting the practice, yes, there are challenges. As I said, there is a long waiting time, it's a test match, you won't get to eat on time, you will get to sleep less, but it pays off. It is an enjoyable journey. I still remember my residency days, and now I say those were the best days of my life, because that's how medicine is. You are trained that way, and when you see the smiling face of your patient, the way they are satisfied, the way they say, oh doctor, you are our God. We are not gods, we should remember that. We are human beings, we are just mediators. We are not gods, we are people just with some extra skill of treating patients. Don't mistake that we are gods, no, not at all. But you have to be humble enough, and you just enjoy the whole process, and in that process you will be able to face whatever challenge comes in front of you. And I will be so happy to have the next generation doctors, because even when we become patients, I would like to see the brightest of the students getting into medicine, becoming doctors and treating the next generation. We all need very good doctors. So I wish you all the very best of success.
Summary: Modern medicine, allopathy, 10th, science, PCB mandatory, maths optional, national eligibility cum entrance test, NEET, need high score in exam for admission in MBBS, baseline, Bachelor of Medicine, Bachelor of Surgery, MBBS, 4.5 year plus 1 year internship in 6 months urban and 6 months in rural areas, Doctor of Medicine, MD or Master of Surgery, MS for 3 years offered by State Board, or Diplomate National Board, DNB offered by National Board, Super Specialization 3 years, Doctorate of Medicine, DM or MCH Surgery offered by State Government, or Diplomate National Board, DNB offered by Central Government, educational opportunities abroad after MBBS, United States, United States Medical Licensing Examination, which is USMLE, 3 steps, United Kingdom, membership of the Royal Colleges of Physicians of the United Kingdom, MRCP, 3 steps, the membership of the Royal Colleges of Surgeons, MRCS, 3 steps, and many more. Students must have responsibility, dedication and hard work, commitment, sticking to time schedule, reading, doctor-patient relationship, communication skills, academic excellence is very important. Career paths: work as a family physician, that is general practitioner after MBBS, work in your specialization after MD, MS or DNB, research, government jobs or civil services, pharmacology, development of medicines, hospital administration. Good monetary returns but not in initial stage of practice or job. Changes in the last 10 years. Super specialty other than family doctor. New diagnostic tools and technology. Digitalization of field, that is patient record and data. E-learning, online courses. Continuous learning for doctors. Telemedication for distant patient.